from a family of 5. My parents were immigrants from China, and I have 2 younger brothers. And I am a first-generation Canadian who was born in Canada. I am planning on majoring in neuroscience and taking a minor in English literature. And I chose neuroscience because I really like knowing how things work, and I think the brain is one of the most fascinating machines there are in nature. And I also just think cognition is a really cool thing in general. And for English literature, I've always loved reading and writing, so it's just something that calls to me and something that I want to know more about to appreciate the stuff that I love. Because I'm planning on doing a major and a minor. There's a lot of courses that I'm going to be taking, and each course, they're not cheap. I felt a bit guilty at first because I feel like I'm putting too much of a financial burden on my parents, because they also have to provide for the family and also for my younger siblings who are also planning to go to university. So I feel like that was the biggest issue for me. At least that was the pressure it places on the family, and also the feasibility of me taking that many courses and without it being too much for my parents to bear. For our high school, there's a scholarship website that teacher will be updating regularly on any scholarships that she finds. Because I came from a low-income family, I would always keep an eye out for potential scholarship, and this one seemed applied to my circumstances and something I had a decent chance of getting. I think it was really straightforward. Overall, it didn't even take that long for me to do, and I think there wasn't anything that was ambiguous or unclear, and I think overall the process is very reasonable. I think the results, I was notified through email, and at first I was confused because I was wait, is this what I think it was? But then I was really excited. I was really happy, and I told my parents, and they were really elated for me too. At the moment, I think I have 2 paths that I'm considering. First, just going the pre-med path, going into med school, and the second one that I'm also considering is going into a more research-oriented path, doing stuff that's more involved in research and brain and experiments and stuff like that. Thank you very much for the opportunity you're giving to people students like me and aspiring students and people who are in difficult financial circumstances, allowing us to pursue education in paths that we desire and giving us a chance to work towards the future that we want. So yeah, thank you very much.